Now we're going to move on to another part just to show you some more features inside Inventor. So we're going to change from our plate project and create a new one called Bracket. So click on Projects, New, again single user, replace project name, and again it's going to put it in Documents Inventor Bracket. And we don't need a library, so we're just going to click Finish. Yes, we want to create it. It will be the new default project, it's ticked, so we can select Done, and then we can pick New Part. Okay, so we're ready to start sketching. So we open the origin up, and again it's that XY plane, it's looking straight at you there. So just right click, New Sketch, and we're going to create a rectangle first. Ignore the sizes, because remember, like I said before, we're going to sort the constraints out first. So we're going to vertically align the midpoint of that top line with the center point, and again on the sides, the midpoint of the line with the center point. Remember, this gives us our symmetrical features. Now we can go ahead and dimension, and we're going to make the top 50. Just zoom out a bit, and the side 50. And we can accept that and finish the sketch. We're just going to hit the little home to turn it isometric. Now we're going to extrude, and again it will find it. This time we're going to go 20 millimeters high and accept that. Okay, so now on top of this face I'm going to create a back piece, so that it'll turn this into like an L shape. So I'm going to create a new sketch, and then click on the face that I want. So I'm going to draw a rectangle, and I'm going to find the corner, and I want to find the edge. Okay, so it says one dimension needed, and that will just be the distance from there to there. And if you can't find that edge, so it's picking the whole edge, just click the top line, the underneath line, left click again, and make that 15. Finish the sketch, extrude, and this time I want to extrude 55 millimeters tall. So double click the middle mouse wheel to zoom on. Okay, I'm going to create a few little features now. Okay, I'm going to do a fillet. We've done one of these before along this edge here, and that is going to be 5 millimeters. Okay, now I'm going to create a chamfer on these corners here. So I start the chamfer tool. First of all, again, just like a fillet, I can pick the lines first. Then I can enter the size that I want, which is 10, or I could have dragged the arrow and accept that. Okay, now what I want to do is create like a cutout underneath, all the way underneath on this front face. So I'm going to click Sketch, click that face, and again I'm going to draw a rectangle. Again, I'm using the geometry underneath, so selecting there and there. Now I can dimension, I want it 25 mm wide and 5 millimeters tall. So what's happened now is it's fixed to that bottom, but it will slide anywhere along. I just tend to move it just away from the middle, because we're going to do the vertical constraint. I had that edge selected before, so that's already vertical. Just hit cancel. So I want the midpoint of the square, and then move along a bit and you find the midpoint of the little rectangle I've just drawn. Again, it says fully constrained now. Click OK, finish the sketch, click Extrude. It's found the shape that I want, but I want to cut, so it flips around the other way, and I don't want to go 55, I want to go all the way through. So I'm going to select it there, all. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do with this part now is just put a hole in this face and one on the back. So we'll do the simple one first on the back. So select the hole command. I'm just going to turn the part round so I can see the back face. And I want a hole on there. Again, so I pick the left hand edge, 25. Remember, don't click enter, otherwise it will finish where you are. Click on the bottom face, 55. And I just want to change the diameter 20 millimeters through all. Hit apply. I'm just going to spin it back round. Okay, and this time I want a hole on this face. So the reference again is this edge here, 25, and then I want to get this right at the very back there underneath, and then the dimension there's 35. Okay, now this time I don't want a 20mm hole straight through. I actually want a tapped hole with a counter bore on top. So first of all I can select the counter bore from this menu, and then I'm just going to select that I want a tapped or threaded hole with this one, and I should get another menu pop up underneath now. So now that the menu's appeared, I just pick isometric profile. I'll just update these size boxes. So I want a 10mm by 1.5 right-handed thread, but I want it full depth, so i.e. tapped all the way through. Then I'm just going to update the counter bore settings so that they are 16mm diameter by 5mm deep, and click OK to finish the command. So now you see I've got this L-shaped bracket with a slot underneath, fillet, chamfers, a straight through hole and a tapped hole with a counter bore. And now that we've finished modelling the part, don't forget to save. So hit the icon, remember to give it a proper name because this will transfer through to the drawing.